blight on America's presidential legacy. And yes, future generations will refer to you as that turd sandwich that accidentally won an election one time.
And I think it's naive to imagine that a 77-year-old man will have a change in his character.
As vice president, Trump will finally have the time to do the things that make him happiest. Talk about old movies, playing on his phone.
Trump's face turned redder than his MAGA hat when he saw what the Lincoln Project did this time. 8 new parody ads that cut so deep he nearly broke his putter in half. Ever wonder what happens when a man with the thinnest skin in politics gets roasted by the masters of political trolling? I've got the footage of his epic meltdown, and trust me, it's even funnier than the time he tried to convince us windmills cause cancer.
Blight on America's presidential legacy. And yes, future generations will refer to you as that turd sandwich that accidentally won an election one time.
Weaver and Schmidt, all losers.
The Lincoln Project has raised $90 million.
We have the opportunity to help save the goddamn country.
When Donald Trump was inaugurated, remember who else was celebrating? Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
What will you tell your kids? That you voted for a felon and a criminal, supported a man found guilty by a citizen jury.
They should call it the Losers Project.
Let's lay that into rapid response.
We at the Lincoln Project just want to say it's okay.
Okay.
Seriously, we know you did your best.
Ever seen a 77-year-old man throw a fit like a 2-year-old who dropped his ice cream cone? That's exactly what happened when Trump saw the Lincoln Project's new ads comparing him to a cranky toddler. Picture this: Trump on his favorite golf course, phone in one hand, putter in the other, when suddenly his face turns the color of a ripe tomato. The Lincoln Project's first batch of ads hit him where it hurts, comparing his legal troubles to a toddler's tantrum, complete with baby sound effects and diaper jokes. One ad shows Trump's face photoshopped onto a screaming baby's body being carried out of a courtroom, while a narrator says, "America doesn't need another 4 years of temper tantrums."
Has this ever happened to you? You're sitting in court again, under pressure and stress. It's pressure, all right. Down there. That's when you need Trump diapers. And then a warm feeling comes over you. Uncomfortably warm.
According to sources close to Trump, he was so mad he missed 5 easy putts in a row, and then blamed the grass, the wind, and finally Obama for somehow sabotaging his golf game. Another Lincoln Project ad shows footage of Trump's actual courtroom behavior spliced with scenes from Boss Baby, creating a hilarious mashup that went viral within hours. Trump's golf partners reportedly had to hide their smirks as he started yelling about those Lincoln losers while swinging his club so hard he nearly fell over.
Lincoln Project salutes Vice President Donald Trump. As vice president, Trump will finally have the time to do the things that make him happy.
Trump stands on the other side of the wall, where evil lives.
No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
Wrong to pardon terrorists. Wrong to get in bed with Putin. Wrong for an American president to call himself a king.
What happened next? Trump actually broke his favorite putter by slamming it against his golf cart and then denied it happened, even though 3 people recorded it on their phones. The Lincoln Project strategy is working perfectly. They know exactly which buttons to push to make Trump lose his cool in public, proving their point about his temperament. And if you thought the golf meltdown was bad, wait until you hear what happened when Trump realized he still can't tweet about it. When Trump returned to the clubhouse, witnesses say he demanded the TV be turned to Fox News, hoping for some sympathetic coverage.
Wrong to pardon terrorists. Wrong to get in bed with Putin. Wrong for an American president to call himself a king.
You want to make any comment about this Lincoln Project ad? Yeah, no, I saw it.
Trump plan will kill.
That's painful, Donald.
The end is coming. He thinks he's God.
Instead, they were running a segment about the Lincoln Project's viral campaign. Big mistake. Our former president reportedly knocked over a bowl of complimentary mints and started muttering about traitors and witch hunts to nobody in particular. The funniest part? One of the Lincoln Project ads features a mock diaper commercial with the tagline, "For when your president acts like a big baby." Club staff said Trump kept asking if people were laughing at him behind his back. Spoiler alert, they absolutely were. Remember when Trump bragged about having the best temperament during the 2016 campaign? These Lincoln Project folks sure do, because they included that clip right before showing his greatest courtroom meltdowns. It's like watching a compilation of my toddler nephew's worst grocery store tantrums, except my nephew eventually grows out of it. Trump's team tried damage control, with one spokesperson claiming the ads were beneath dignity, which is pretty rich coming from a guy who mocked disabled reporters and bragged about grabbing women. But the Lincoln Project didn't stop there. They created another ad showing Trump as a toddler refusing to leave the White House, complete with tiny hands clinging to the resolute desk while Secret Service agents try to coax him out with a Happy Meal.
You're great at remembering things.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Thank you, everybody.
Trump stands on the other side of the wall, where evil lives.
No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
No, get those lights off! Off!
It's the hardest job in the world.
Lucky I brought some notes.
A source close to the campaign says Trump kept asking his team why they couldn't just make the ads illegal. When explained that this pesky thing called the First Amendment protects political speech, Trump reportedly suggested finding the Lincoln Project nerds and challenging them to a fistfight. Because nothing says presidential like threatening to punch your critics, right? The cherry on top, one of Trump's golfing buddies that day was a potential donor who left without opening his checkbook. Apparently watching a senior citizen have a complete meltdown over some TV ads doesn't inspire financial confidence. Who knew? The Lincoln Project knows exactly what they're doing. These aren't just random attack ads. They're psychological warfare designed by people who understand Trump's insecurities better than he does. By portraying him as childish, they're undermining the tough guy image he spent decades trying to build. One political analyst noted, Trump can handle being called corrupt or dishonest. He's built his brand on being an outsider who breaks rules. But what he can't stand is being laughed at. And boy, is America laughing now.
To inflation. Instead, he blew it. Trump's recession, inevitable. Trump's dumb tariffs, you pay who he is.
You would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
America or Trump?
The boss baby comparisons have spawned thousands of memes, with people adding pacifiers and baby bonnets to Trump's courtroom photos. Back at Mar-a-Lago that evening, staff reported Trump was still fuming, demanding someone find out the home addresses of the Lincoln Project founders. His aides gently suggested perhaps a better approach would be to ignore the ads rather than give them more attention. Trump reportedly responded by throwing a dinner roll across the room and insisting that nobody ignores me. At one point, Trump tried to record his own response video but kept getting too angry to finish complete sentences. After the 12th take, aides convinced him that responding would only give the Lincoln Project more ammunition. Smart move, though I would have loved to see that blooper reel. Let's be honest, the Lincoln Project has cracked the Trump code like it's a toddler's piggy bank. Their whole strategy revolves around one simple truth. Trump's ego is more fragile than a snowflake in summer. These parody ads aren't just funny, they're psychological warfare designed to humiliate him into revealing his true colors. The best part? It's working. Every meltdown proves exactly what they're trying to show America. This guy can't handle being laughed at. Remember folks, the Lincoln Project wants you to vote like your sanity depends on it. Because when a man loses it over some TV ads, maybe he shouldn't have access to the real buttons.